Hola, hello to you and welcome to Adelante Chicago. I'm Lourdes Duarte. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bienvenidos. We begin with what's being dubbed the Cultural Clarity Experience. A group of first-generation Latino students are headed to China as part of a STEM project. They won't be the only ones. If you have a student at home, could they be eligible for the 2020 program? We're going to talk about all that, and joining us to explain are the group's founder, Adrian Rosado, also Erin Cortez, the director for STEM initiatives at Northeastern Illinois University, and Beatriz, right there in the middle, Beatriz Maldonado, a student at UIC. They're all smiling, which is all good news. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lourdes.
Okay, let's start with what this project is. So explain it to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the Cultural Clarity Experience is aimed and tailored for first-generation students to travel abroad. What really makes the program a lot different than your typical study abroad program out of university is that we have a curriculum tied to the program that focuses on cultural communication, leadership, advocacy, as well as mindfulness. And it's also geared directly to first-gen students.
Okay, so how did you pick somebody like Beatriz, for example, to come in and be a part of this program?
Well, I'm able to connect with the directors like Erin Cortez, and then they go ahead and do a process where they kind of interview them and put them through the process of figuring out if they want to go or not.
Okay, and you picked China, and I assume, is it going to be China and the Philippines every year, or are you picking different places as you move along through the program?
It's been China for the first 2 years, and moving forward will be China, Philippines, and hopefully moving, the next 5 to 10 years, we're able to expand into South America, Central America, as well as Australia.
Okay, so talk about, Erin, how a project like this is able to open doors for kids and students when it comes to fields, areas like the STEM fields.
Sure, definitely. Thank you very much for having us, first of all. So we do know that the Latino community, the Latino population, is about 10% of the workforce in STEM fields. That's a very small percentage. That percentage is also very similar in terms of study abroad. What makes it very key to this STEM field that we're talking about is that you could only understand about how to network, how to engage with different individuals in such a globalized workforce, right? And so the STEM fields are not focused in just one country. They're all over the place, right? We know that Apple ships everything from China, right?
Sure, yeah.
And so those are things that if our students have this skill set, the understanding of those cultures, that if they're able to develop those work skills, those soft skills, and they have this background in STEM, I think they will be much more likely to receive job offers, to place themselves in there, and also increase that 10%, 8% of students that go abroad that are in STEM fields.
Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity, and I'm sure, Beatriz, you realize that. How did you hear about the program, and kind of what are you hoping to get out of it?
I actually heard about it my freshman year of high school.
And you're you graduate now.
I graduated now, so I've been in the program for 4 years. And at the beginning, it was just working with different STEM topics. But as the years passed on, I started becoming more involved, and like the staff got to know me a lot better, and that's why I got to be on in all of these amazing opportunities. I've recently in the past year we went to Colombia to do sort of the similar thing that we're doing with China this year. And it's amazing, everything that's been happening so far. If you had told me at the beginning of high school if it would have happened, I would have never believed you.
She's a great spokesperson for this, isn't she? Very well spoken, very well. So you went to Colombia as well.
Yeah.
What was that like? So walk me through what you do on an average day when you're on these trips.
When we were there, it was usually in the mornings. We'd be at a workshop. It was with other high school students, and we'd be teaching them underwater robotics. And then there'd be a little lunch break in between. And then we'd go to another workshop where we would prepare for a STEM conference, which happened, it wasn't an all-day thing. It was called STEM Más H. And we basically each had our own STEM sessions. And we were partnered with a Colombian, and we were working together, and we were working to give that presentation to the students in Colombia.
So it's a way for you to kind of work on your public speaking. work on projects and developing projects, kind of so sort of the operations of a project. What else do you think you got out of it? Because I got to think, you go to a place like Colombia, do you do any sightseeing?
I mean, yeah, we did. We went to a lot of places. We saw like the culture around. We saw the life, just basically how they live. You know, we got to eat the foods that they eat, which were similar to ours.
Do they have arepas? Yeah.
Yeah, they
Colombia?
do.
Yeah, right.
Like that was my first time eating one of those. So it's like we got to experience a lot of new things, and we got to see the culture around us, which was really beautiful.
Wow, very cool, very cool. And so now you're going to China as well.
Yes.
And is this your first time going to China? You did not.
Yeah. This is
Okay,
my
so
first
this will
time.
be your first time. So you talk about a program like this, which is a wonderful opportunity for students like her and so many others. But this kind of stuff gets really expensive. So how do you go about funding it and generating the dollars to create this opportunity?
Absolutely. So right now we've been really creative with the funding. So we've been able to get a lot of backing from the universities directly through specific programs as well, through specific departments, multicultural departments, TRIL departments, as well as foundations. However, we're looking to create a sustainable model, right? That's not asking the universities to pull the full funding every year. So again, we're adding the STEM component, right? So how are we going to start reaching out to other foundations as well as companies to help offset the costs so that we can take more than 20, 30 students per year?
Sure, if more of them could go, that would be great.
Absolutely.
All right, so I promised parents at home that if they have a student and they're interested in a program like this, that I would give them sort of the requirements or the eligibility scenario that they need to meet in order to go. So walk me through it. What do they need to know?
Well, typically, with our programs, if they're STEM focused, they need to be studying in a STEM field. So not all the programs will be STEM focused. But
do they need to be college students, or can they still be in high school, or does that matter?
right now, we're doing juniors and seniors in high school and all of college.
Okay.
So freshmen through senior in college. So rising seniors and then freshmen through seniors in college.
Okay, and it goes through an application process like so many other things
Yes,
do.
absolutely. So we work with the directors directly to have the students apply to them, and then they go through our system, and we pick out the students that we deem are going to earn this trip.
I know we've got a lot of them. I know we've got a lot of
Yes.
them. Okay, is there a website that they should check out if they're interested?
Absolutely. culturalclarityexperience.com.
Okay, culturalclarityexperience.com. We'll make sure we put it on our Adelante page as
Thank
well, in case any of you at home are interested in applying come 2020. So good luck. Thank you for coming in. Have fun on your trip.
Thank you.
Okay,
Lourdes.
all right.